everyone's we're officially about 22 days away from the Alabama 650, and I have my C1 canoe that I used in the Yukon River Quest, and this will be my training vessel for the next couple weeks. So we're here in my backyard of my parents' house in Westland, Oregon, getting ready with all the gear that I'm going to use for the Alabama 650. Kind of just wanted to do a gear review, go over what I have, and let you guys know the kind of stuff that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be doing the Alabama 650 on an OC1. If you guys don't know about the OC1, it's an outrigger canoe. So real narrow canoe with an outrigger. So we're going to have to try and figure out what the best use of this space is going to be and what I need at certain points of the race. As you can see, I have a lot of gear. A lot of really cool gear by NRS. Great support to me in all my adventure races. All right, let's talk real quickly about electronics. So in a race like this, you definitely have to have a few electronics with you. Obviously right now I am filming. I am using a Hero 7. I also have the Hero 8 right here, which I'll be using. I do have a bunch of spare batteries and a charger that I got off of Amazon that actually opens up and charges 3 batteries at the same time. All my cords to all my GoPros. Also have my MPOW flames. Now I've been using these things for years. I absolutely love them. Get them off Amazon. And then I have my speed coach, which is going to help me track mileage. Then I've got my walkie-talkies in case cell phone service goes out, which April, my support crew, will have one of these. And then of course my old school ancient iPods. A voice recorder. Talk to it when I'm having a hard time, and then listen to it later. Well, we've made it here in Colorado for my 5-hour layover before I meet up with April in North Carolina. Coincidentally, my sister is here. Say hi. Hi. We're gonna go get a bite to eat, then back to the airport to head to North Carolina. Catch in with you guys later.
Here to pick up Jen at the airport at really late at night. Can't tell who she is because of all the masks.
All right, April, what do we got going on?
Man, we are rigging the boat up with extra bungees. My favorite easy plug system. You don't have to buy a boat with plugs. These are really easy, as the name implies, to add to any paddle craft you may have. I'm going to clean the boat with some blue goo, and then I'm gonna rough it up just a little underneath with some sandpaper, and then I'm gonna use some 2-part epoxy to glue my easy plugs on, and from there we're either going to add paracord or bungees so that Jen can fit her NRS bags. Was that enough product placement for one clip?
Definitely.
I think, man, we'll do all the links, all the affiliate links.
So here we are in the middle of North Carolina. There's my boat over there. It's a beautiful, balmy morning. Just kind of sitting here reflecting about the magnitude of what I am about to try to accomplish in 5 days, next Saturday the 26th. Paddling across the state of Alabama into the Gulf, Fort Morgan. Just sitting here, I just paddled 2.5 miles and I'm already like, I'm exhausted mentally from paddling 2.5 miles. Wow, 650 versus 2.5. What am I doing? It's definitely going to be challenging. You know, there is a possibility that I might not finish. There's a possibility that, you know, something might happen. I am dealing with my back injury. I just paddled 2.5 miles and that was challenging. Little upwind action. 650 though. I mean, that's something else. It almost doesn't seem real until you're actually at the start and that horn blows or the gun goes off or whatever. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. You're like, oh God. I've got 650 miles left. It's just insane. It's insane. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Every time I do these races, I ask myself, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going on an adventure. We've got April Zilg in the house making me some stuff for my Alabama 650 race. What do we got going on?
We are making ultra distance paddling endurance balls. Chocolate orange balls with cacao nibs. Then I'm gonna make, since Jen hails from the island of Oahu, we're gonna do macadamia chocolate. Plus macadamias are incredibly high in calories. We're gonna do kind of a tarahumara native with pinole, maca powder, which is Incan, and chias, which are all very good for energy. And then finally, we're gonna, since she just pulled out some matcha tea, we're gonna do cinnamon and honey, which when you put together are like a super food. Matcha, green tea with vanilla, and a dash of turmeric for inflammation.
Wow, I'm excited. How lucky am I?
We're gonna have all the balls.
Ready to start our adventure to Alabama.
We're loaded up in the van, filling up the air ride suspension so Jen can ride in style and comfort before she'll be incredibly uncomfortable.
This is true.
Boat, Ama up on the roof, paddles, Yakos down below in the below van storage area. Refrigerator full of healthy food.
And unhealthy.
And unhealthy. I don't think.
Cotton candy.
Dude, you know what? When you do a race like this, you get a free pass on any and every calorie because I don't think you could possibly overeat. I think you're good to go. Let's do this.
April's turn to
I'm playing fire.
start a fire tonight.
All right, so I used sycamore leaves. They were a little damp. Like I said, I did have to ignite them twice instead of once. So like I have a lighter in the van. So I'm, you know, part of survival is using what you have available. And I had a lighter available.
And during the Yukon 1000, are lighters required?
Yes, so we will have a lighter. Not to mention, it's a race, guys. It's not like a survival thing per se. Yes, survival skills are important, but speed and efficiency are also important. And lighting your dang fire with a lighter is much quicker. Getting to, you know, warm yourself up. Time is of the essence. We want to get that shit done and go to bed.
Yeah. Getting ready to go for a little ice bath at 5 o'clock at night in Deep Creek, North Carolina. We have our own little ice bath pool over there. Ice baths are great. They're very beneficial for your immune system and muscle recovery, but they're not fun when it's cold outside.
I personally hate ice baths. I hate cold water. I don't want to be in it, but someone made us a little tub. You can't say no when someone built an entire tub.
Do it.
I don't think I can do this.
Mental preparation.
We're listening to Scott Carney's The Wedge.
The best thing to do
on the road.
is to just get in.
Ah!
Take a deep breath in and then just go. You gotta control your breathing.
Seriously, that.
Great. Great.
Okay, so what did you say?
Take
you
a
said
deep breath in and then breathe out and just go in. But controlled breathing.
Oh, it's in my.
Oh, that's not controlled breathing.
Actually, okay, now I'm okay. I'm okay now. You know, it just took me a minute. Now I'm better.
Do it again.
Okay, I'm good now. Okay, now I'm not. Is this gonna be the temperature for our baths during the Yukon 1000?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm so much better now. Honestly, like if it's the navel down, I'm good. You know what? I feel better now that I did it. 5-second ice bath. Did I earn a beer? Yes.
You earned 2.
Oh.
5, 1 for every second.
That's why you're my Yukon 1000 partner. You know how to motivate me so well. Very refreshing. First ice bath of the season.
Yeah. Now we just have to find some dandelions. Oh yeah. Rapid section. What river is this? Or creek?
I know. Deep Creek.
Deep Creek.
It's not very deep. We had our hearts set on going tubing, but it's raining and it's cold and it's gray. But luckily for us, we have all of our NRS gear. Thanks to Danny over at NRS. He sent me this stuff for Yukon. Unfortunately, Yukon has been postponed a year, which means I just get to use this awesome gear for things like tubing. But I'm gonna be testing it out today, which, I mean, that's good. I believe these are the Hyprotex rain pant, paddle pant from NRS, and the Hyprotex jacket. We actually match.
So I do have the
gray. Kind of nice. She has the blue inside, but we decided we didn't need to match completely. I think if we stay on river right, everything's gonna be fine. Let's do this.
All right, here we go. Wait, you're going down on your stomach head first?
No.
That's not a good idea. Oh my God. Somebody help her. Wait.
I can't. Unless I grab this tree.
Grab the tree. Don't go without me. Okay, wait.
I don't think we should go down side by side though.
I'm so scared.
No!
I don't think I can do this. Oh my God. We're gonna die. April, you're crazy. I don't want to go first.
It's easier if you go down backwards. You can't be scared. You can't see it. Ah! My tube is so filled with water.
My freaking back is soaking wet.
I'm really
wet. That wasn't so bad. I'm sure you couldn't tell from my screaming.
Let's do that again. I think everything's better the second time around.
All right, round number 2. What if I go down like sitting cross-legged?
This is so hard because I can't steer. That's like, if I could steer, this would be super cake. But the fact that I can't steer, it's actually kind of sketch.
I still don't want to go first.
Ah, then you're gonna have to grab the stick.
That's what big feet are
This
for.
is how
Look,
Jen
I'm not
prevents.
moving.
She's like, I'm not gonna go first.
Not going first.
All right, so you see where like the little peaks are that look like little awesome A-frames? Aim for the A-frames.
I'm stuck. I can't. I don't want to go backwards. Oh God! That was so much fun, guys. If you ever come to Bryson City, you gotta try that. Extreme tubing.
Dude! I can't not steer. Okay, you know what this experiment taught me? The universe, I have to control my world. I feel like a pinball.
Uh-oh.
Come on. Look at me. Look at your foot. Oh shit.
That was fun.
Famous last words. Give me your foot. Oh shit.
I feel like I'm bumper cars. Oh, look at the beautiful waterfall.
So this is what are we overlooking?
We are overlooking the Vice, I guess, lake. The start is over there. Start of the Great Alabama 650, and we will be going over to the left into the fog. So my longest race to date is the Yukon River Quest, which is 444 miles, and it's really hard to even fathom paddling another 206 miles. And I think there's a lot of factors that play into it. I mean, from what I know, there's not a lot of flow, depending on the dam releases, which it doesn't really seem like they know for sure. And if there are, it's not going to be more than 3 to 4 miles of flow. I think another big thing that's different is that when you're in the Yukon, there's no one around. I mean, you're in the middle of nowhere. It's an environment where you can get in your head a lot because you just don't see other people. It's very uplifting when you pass by a checkpoint and you have people cheering you on, and it kind of, like I said, brings you back to reality and gives you that extra little push. It seems like the community's really excited about it, and I heard they even might throw me a beer, which I probably won't drink, but it's kind of cool to catch a beer or maybe give it to April. She's excited about that.
After doing the MR340 and the Yukon River Quest, like, what keeps you coming back to races of this length?
For me, the draw is the challenge, and it's funny because when you're doing these races or shortly after they finish, you're like, well, I'm never doing that again. That was so hard. But then pretty immediately after that thought arises, you're like, oh my gosh, what could I have done better? How could I have, cut my time off? What can I do mentally to prepare myself better for the next race? So I think that's what keeps me coming back, is just the challenge and looking back and thinking, okay, I could have shed off a couple hours here, a couple hours there.
That learning experience, it's not just on the river, right? Like, how does that impact your overall life? Is that something that carries over into other parts of your life?
I mean, maybe subconsciously, yes. I do find that it spills over into my everyday life when I'm doing something, even as simple as doing a 4-mile run, because I'm not a runner, but when it's something like that, I feel like I've learned how to tap into a part of my brain that is like, okay, you can endure this, you can handle this. Yeah, it feels like your body's giving up, but it's allowed me to learn how to let my mind take over and really just trick my body into pushing harder and further, and even in situations where you're not doing something athletic, I just look back and say, well, that didn't kill me, so this isn't going to kill me either.
What would you say to people looking to get into ultra distance racing?
I say go for it. I mean, it definitely has to be something you like. Don't do it if you don't enjoy paddling and you don't enjoy discovering parts of yourself that you thought never existed. But if you're into paddling and you're into kind of wanting to push to that next level, I say go for it. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, it's hard. It can get expensive. But if it's something that you have been kind of on the fence about, just get off the damn fence and go for it, because it is life-changing, and it will make you grow as a person, and that's important.
Do you think becoming a hardened endurance athlete makes you a better mom?
Oh, most definitely. My son looks at me and he's, even though now he's in the preteen stages, I think secretly deep down inside he's like, my mom's a badass.
So you're an excellent role model for your own children. They don't have to look online or on the internet to other role models who may fall off the wagon and secretly be a bad influence.
Yeah, no, and I think it's great too, because I think nowadays with a lot of women getting more into these endurance sports and realizing that we're built for this stuff. I mean, we're built for this endurance stuff, and having a son, being a single parent, having my son be able to look up to me as a female and say, wow, that's my mom. And she's doing things that, we never thought women would be capable of.
Fuck yeah.